Hello. Welcome, guys. Welcome back to another Tuesday's podcast. It is Tuesday, right? I had to verify that it was Tuesday. It is about 7:40 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's your man, Jay Will. Gonna go ahead and kick off the Tuesday's podcast here. I'm super excited to talk about this one. I mean, I know I'm a YouTuber, but still, I want to hear your thoughts. Not about me so much, other YouTubers, and how you feel that they handle their business on YouTube. So this is something that I've, because even though I'm a YouTuber, I still watch other YouTubers. I just think it's appropriate. We got to support the community, and I think it's good that we support each other. We listen to each other. You have to have different points of view and everything. So if everybody's agreeing on something, it's not going to be really good. So I know that on YouTube there are tons of different views out there, including my own, along with others, which is a good thing. You don't want us all to say the same thing. And that's the good part about the freedom of choice and speech. You can say what you want. You can listen to who you want. So that's good. So we're going to talk about some of these things right now. So first I want to thank you guys for getting me over the hump once again. And what I mean is, you guys are pushing me over the limits here. I appreciate everything and the support that you guys do for me on on this live podcast right here. Taking time out of your day to listen to me ramble on and try to engage with you guys. I think it's all fun. But you guys have, and when I say take me over the hump, I mean my Spreaker right now that you're listening to is, I think I'm just past 2,300 or something like that. That's a huge accomplishment for me. I mean, having so many subscribers to listen to on here. I set these up so you can listen to them later. You can download them. I don't have a problem with that. And I think that's a good thing. So my actual subscriber count on Spreaker right now, I think it's it's 2,306. Wow, that's amazing, guys. You guys are amazing. I appreciate your support because I can't do this without your support, without you taking time out of your day to listen. So there's plenty of topics on YouTube, and there's plenty of reviewers on YouTube that we all like. There's a reviewer out there for everybody, or there's multiple reviewers out there. Some of you guys follow tons of different people, and you try to keep up with it. And I know that when you are following some of your favorite reviewers, boy oh boy, does it get tough. Especially people who pump out 15, 20 videos a week, like me sometimes. I know it can be tough to keep up with. And so, that's why I go back into the YouTube community, and I definitely support several of you guys, man. I don't comment much on videos, but I do support you guys. Total Tech. Hey, Total Tech's in the house. Hey. He's rolling through Texas, man. Okay, all right. That's all right, man. You ran away around for a little bit. That's all right. Total Tech is definitely a reviewer that we all know. He's been doing YouTube a lot longer than I have. Yeah, it's hard to keep up, man. It's hard to keep up. And I think, like I said, you guys know who Total Tech is. He's been on YouTube a heck of a lot longer than. Well, I don't know if he's been on longer than me, but he's got way more subscribers than I got. And he pumps out a lot of content. He's one of those people that pump out a lot of content. So it's good to see YouTubers, other bigger YouTubers, following me on here. That's an accomplishment for me, I would say. Last week's podcast, there was a bunch of people in here. I was blown away how many people were actually listening live, and so that's exciting for me. But this week, we're not going to talk so much about smartphones. We're going to talk about the people who review those smartphones and how you feel about them. And I think it's a way to express yourself openly. This is open forum, So whatever you say about other YouTubers, if in fact I do take calls, I don't know if I'll take calls today, but the live chat is definitely open. Yeah, I'm gonna pass. TK says I'm gonna pass him in subs this year. I don't know, man. I don't even have 50,000 subs yet, but I'm getting close. I think I'm at like 48 or something. I don't know. But I am hosting a really big giveaway when I hit 50,000. I mean, phones, speakers, Bluetooth headphones, one big package for someone. And I'll talk about that. Maybe I'll give you a little bit more insight on that, because I am rolling up on 50,000 subs, so I'm gonna give away something good, man. I've got a lot of phones, and I can definitely give away a bunch of stuff here. But YouTube is a platform that people choose to express themselves with, and it's definitely free range. You can say and do whatever you want on YouTube, and that could be a good or a bad thing. Now, I did a podcast a while back on, hey, Chris is in the house. Chris is a regular here on the podcast. I did a podcast a while back, and I think it was something about reviews. I forgot. I have to go back and look at the title, but we talked about reviews and how they're done. So, a reviewer is someone that's in the public eye. It's almost like you're a spokesman, if you will. You know, it's TK is crazy. It's almost like you're a spokesman. You know, you get to say whatever you want, and then once you get to a certain amount of followers, indirectly they start to look up to you, if you will, as far as YouTube goes. They depend on you for a certain type of review, and if you deviate from that, they'll let you know. Or if you do something like, and these are the followers that have been with you since day one, pretty much. People who have been following you longer than a year, they pretty much know. A year is probably tops how a person that's viewing you can tell your style, what to expect. And as a reviewer, I can always tell people who are not regulars on the channel, because they say things, and I'm thinking, you know, you just got to watch more videos. You got to watch more videos. You got to stay in the grind and try to keep up. Because YouTubers get reviewed on one review sometimes. That makes sense. A person will watch one review, and then they'll judge that reviewer based on that review, especially if they're not agreeing to them or satisfying their needs, what they want to hear. And unfortunately, on YouTube, a lot of people look to justify their purchases. I've actually done a podcast on that too, so be sure to hit smartphoneconversations.com or hit it up on Spreaker here. It's definitely posted. But why do people watch YouTube reviews? For a lot of people are actually just shopping. That's all they're doing is shopping. You know, they're trying to figure out, hey, you know, should I buy this or not? I'm going to look at about 15, 3, 5 videos, however many videos they look at it, to help guide them in a decision that they're making. But the YouTubers who are doing the review, myself included, I'm not excluded, we have a huge responsibility to social media, because we're the face out front. We're the ones that people are listening to, and we're the ones that people are going to talk about. So I have some favorite YouTubers, and I have some YouTubers that that is not my favorite, but I still wouldn't publicly try to humiliate them, you know. But some YouTubers, when you're in front of that camera, you have a huge responsibility. Some YouTubers don't. They don't have a responsibility because they don't have that big public eye yet. But I was talking to somebody offline, and I won't say their name, but they're a YouTuber. And I told them, I said, you know, once you get to like 20,000 subs, 30,000, the responsibilities definitely change. Hey, Grant, Forbes Tech, it's a lot of YouTubers, and I was just talking about it. If you're just joining on, I appreciate you guys. I said it at the beginning of the podcast. This is Tuesday's podcast, and we're going to talk about YouTube reviewers and how we view them and their responsibilities on YouTube. And my podcast is full of YouTubers. I mean, like serious YouTubers. But anyway, YouTubers get in front of that microphone. They get in front of that camera, and there's a huge responsibility that we have as YouTubers, because a couple of things are happening. We're telling the customers what to buy, and we're telling them what not to buy. We're telling them, hopefully, I pray that we're all telling the truth to the public when we're doing these reviews. But the thing is, there's really no objective. Hey, Brad, everybody's coming in. There's no, at least from my point of view, there's no way to be completely objective. And let me say this. Let me say it like this. I favor HTC, Samsung, LG, and I favor ZTE. There are some brands like Motorola. When I say I favor them, that doesn't mean that I'm partial to them. That just means that everything they put out, pretty much, some of those brands, is pretty much good in most cases for me, because I don't have these very high standards. So, there's Sean in the house. Hey, guys. So I don't have these very high standards. So when I'm reviewing a device, I had someone tell me, you never say anything negative. I'm like, it's not about saying things negative. You're just not paying attention when I'm calling out a flaw, because no phone can get 100% every time. phones break down or something happens with it. It's a matter of, like I said before, when the reviewer is presenting the things to the public, it's how you present it. So however you're presenting your reviews online, that's how people are going to perceive you. So if you're known for being a person who is laid back, people aren't going to expect you to get on camera and curse. Or not even just curse. They're not going to expect you to get on camera and bash someone. They won't see that coming. So people who are viewing YouTube reviewers, we see, and I say we because even though I'm a reviewer, I do watch other YouTubers. We watch the behavior. Grant's crazy. It sounds like I like them all is what people say. And I definitely don't. But every time I have a series called Catch and Release. And it's where I talk about a product that it doesn't have to be a smartphone. It could be anything. I've done phones and computers and everything. If it's just bad, I let you know what my issues were with it, and I'm tossing it back into the water. But as a YouTube reviewer, we have a responsibility to be truthful to the viewer. It is our responsibility to be truthful to the viewer. Because when we don't, and we do, like Grant says, say you like everything, that creates a problem. That creates a problem because you'll get the wrong kind of following. You're building your brand, especially if you're a new YouTuber. You have to build your brand, and getting subscribers is something that a lot of YouTubers focus on. People who are not doing a lot on. Hey, Mark, how you doing? People who are not on at the level that other YouTubers are at, and they always ask for advice. I always tell them, don't go in looking for money. Don't go in trying to gain subscribers. If it's passionate to you and it's coming across as natural, people will follow you. You'll get review units. You'll get companies reaching out to you. You'll get more followers. All those things will come. It's just a matter of how you present yourself online. Now, we've all, as YouTubers, at some point or another, gotten really upset, even me, and made videos that you probably wish you hadn't have made. And me personally, I try to leave all those videos up because it's a growing process for me. I'm not embarrassed about it. I'll just look back at that. If people bring them up, if people go to videos, I just say, that was 4 years ago. That was 6 years ago. That's how I felt at that time. Now I don't feel like that, But as a reviewer, I said it multiple times, we have a responsibility to tell the truth to the consumers, because technically as a reviewer, where do you draw the line as a reviewer and consumer? Now, you've heard me say I'm all for the average consumer. That's why I try to review phones that are not $1,000, that are $29. But what happens with that is when I start to review phones like that, I get comments like, and you guys get them too. I know you do. All you reviewers in here, I know you get them. Oh, this is trash. I don't know why you're reviewing this. Where's the so-and-so? And we need high-end phones. Well, as a reviewer, you and I both know that the masses are not buying $800 phones. They're buying phones that are $30, $100. As a reviewer, I know you know this. They're just not buying $700 and $800 phones outright like we are. And if they are doing it, they're doing it because of the financing program, which that's a good tool to have. It's good to do that, but I wouldn't recommend that a customer does that first. I would say, hey, if you can, I can show you some alternatives to where, like, what are you going to do? Or, and also as a reviewer, every tech reviewer in this podcast right now, I know you guys get those questions. What should I buy? And like TK just said in the live podcast stream, he said, that's why I buy food stamp phones. And so he doesn't mean anything like derogatory by that. He's basically saying I'm buying phones that are affordable. Translate that to that. He's just saying, hey, don't waste your money on all these big expensive phones. Some people might get offended by that. I think it's hilarious because he kind of trademarked that. He's one of the few people one of the first I've heard saying something like that. I'm going to get more food stamp phones. But he doesn't mean that. If you watch the review, and I've seen plenty of his reviews where he says it's a food stamp phone. He said that about the Z Max Pro, but he liked the Z Max Pro. Like most of us did. That phone, we were grabbing them for $30. I'm blown away at how great it was, But that's not something it's all about. Some people will watch a reviewer and judge them on that one video. And then they'll move on. They'll leave a bad comment. Say, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. And then they'll bounce. So that's to be expected. But some people can look at that when TK says all this food stamp phone, they might get offended for their own personal reasons. I don't know what the reason is. I won't try to guess, but they can get it. He's just having fun pretty much. And as a reviewer, you got to have fun. Yeah, TK says he's listening to this podcast on his Z Max Pro. There it is right there. You got to have fun as a reviewer, because if you don't, you're going to be chasing your tail, looking for money, looking for subscribers, and you're going to miss all the fun. So, knowing that, we're the public face pretty much, even though these companies pay for marketing, I think you and I both know, and everybody who's listening to this, and all the YouTubers that are listening, especially the YouTubers, you guys who are reviewers, what I'm getting ready to say is true. Even though they pay for marketing, we're the real face because they want us to get out there and review and tell everybody else that it's good. That's what they want. They want us to say that it's good so people can go and buy it. They can shoot all the commercials they want, but sending out a review unit, that's free. And most reviewers don't take any money. At least when I get a review unit, I don't get paid for that review. I wish they would just let me keep the review unit. But that would be good enough for me. That way I don't have to buy it. But there's been plenty of times where I bought a phone that I had a review unit of. I'm like, man, I got to buy this thing. But it's just what it is. You got to keep it moving. But most of the time, the companies are relying on YouTubers. And here's I've been in an LG commercial. I ended up doing a spot for HTC. I didn't even know it was going to be like that, but I ended up doing that. I was just featured on ZTE's Tech Talk, as a matter of fact, guys. Today, they hit me up, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it. So it's pretty exciting. It's actually on the Z community. It's on Twitter. They posted it. They posted it on Twitter and everything. So check that out if you haven't done so. But companies rely on us to help sell those products. And that could be a good or a bad thing. If you're a reviewer and you always say that a product, or if you're just backing one company, like if you're just all about Samsung, who could take you serious if you say every other phone is bad and Samsung is the best? Who would take that person serious? Or who would take them serious at all? If I'm only promoting HTC, who's going to take me serious when I say that a Motorola phone is bad? How would I know if I don't have it? You see what I'm saying? So if I'm going to always promote HTC and then I start trashing Motorola, that makes no sense because I'm not even a fan of Motorola. Makes no sense. So YouTube reviewers, you guys know. You know what goes on behind the scenes. Now, I won't tell all the secrets, but you guys know. You know what goes on behind the scenes, and you know how to navigate. Once you get to a certain place on YouTube, you know how to navigate through YouTube and avoid all the nonsense. You figure it out quickly. Especially if you start to blow up really fast. Yeah, you learn how to navigate through YouTube very fast. And you learn who not to talk to. You just learn how to move through YouTube, because YouTube is a crazy place. It is a crazy, crazy place. And a lot of stuff goes on YouTube that I'm not a fan of, but what can I do about it? I just got to keep it moving and go in the other direction if that's what it takes to stop it. I want to read a comment here from TK in the live podcast. People are getting them envelopes back from CES. What did he say? CES. Oh yeah. CES was a big one, man. And TK was at CES, and I was there this year, in January. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the doors. It's too much, and I won't because there's a lot of YouTubers who are still growing in their YouTube phase. So it's not up to me to tell you what it's going to be like, because you have your own path that you're going to go on. So your experience could be completely different than mine. But what I can tell you is, like I said before, all of us YouTubers have a huge responsibility. So let's talk about the YouTubers who negate from that responsibility and do what they want to do. I'm not going to name names on. I'm not going to voice that like this on this podcast. But in the live podcast, it disappears after this podcast is over. So you type what you want to type. But there are YouTubers out there that just give positive reviews, like TK is saying in the live podcast. There are YouTubers out there who just will say that everything is great, and I cannot confirm that they are taking payouts, but let's say it like this: have you ever seen a review of a phone that you know is really, really good, and it costs less than $200, but certain YouTubers will say that it's just not up to standards because it doesn't have a Snapdragon 820 or whatever. You know what I mean? You ever seen that review before? And you're thinking, wow, the Moto Z Play was a fantastic phone, got fantastic hardware. Why would this company tell them not to buy it? Why would this website and this YouTube channel tell people not to buy it? Why would they say, no, you need to go ahead and get the Galaxy S, whatever. You need to get the iPhone. Why would they tell customers to do that instead of saving their money and buying the more affordable phone with probably the best? TK is crazy. Hey, and shout out to the people on this listening to this on a rerun or a download. I told you, come into the live podcast and you'll be able to see and follow along very well. But truth is being told in some places here. But why would a company, why would they tell a person not to buy something? Like, why would you say, don't buy that phone? No, it's got a mediocre processor and it's just okay. When the cameras perform better, the cameras perform better than certain phones from other companies. The battery life is ridiculous, and I'm using the Moto Z Play, the first one, because that phone was amazing. It was amazing. And when I saw the reviews, and that's just my perspective. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to agree with me. I respect when people don't agree with me, and I appreciate it. But, when the masses are loving something and you're still telling them, nah, I don't know about that one. You should probably go with this phone over here because it's more stable or da-da-da. Motorola software, in my experience, is extremely stable, especially on the Z Play. I mean, you put the hardware down yourself, and again, I'm just using this one phone as an example because there have been plenty of reviews that have come out, and I can tell you, some of the phones are getting slammed that customers should be getting recommended. Like people talked about, when I first started talking about the Z Max Pro, people slammed me for that. They were like, oh, Jay, ZTE paid you to say that. And I'm thinking, man, I still haven't gotten that check yet. I would love to get that check, but unfortunately they didn't pay me, and I wouldn't have took money for it anyway. I would have just said, give me a free phone. That's good enough for me. I got my own money. I do YouTube because I want to do it. I don't actually work for anybody but me. And TK's still using the Moto X Pure. That's another one. A lot of people are still using the Moto X Pure. They're just solid phones out there that are not being recommended. But sometimes when you're I have been in situations where companies say, hey, Mobile Geezer is here, guys. I have been in front of a situation where a company is basically trying to get me to slide what they want me to say in there, and I have to tell them, hey, listen, I'm not going to be a puppet. I'll review this for you, but if it's something really, really bad, I'm going to tell you. I've said it multiple times that, people say, oh, you gave the Z Max Pro the best review. No, I didn't. I did the review with the camera so you can give your own judgment of it. The camera software on the ZTE phones right now is totally not the best. It's sluggish. So I've told ZTE this multiple times. Look, you guys need to change this software. It's horrible on this camera. And it's making the camera look worse than what it is. It's crazy. But there are reviews out there where people are telling the customers not to buy the affordable phones And to go ahead and go for the phone that's 700, 800, 650, 500, when in reality, the most of, like, I hate to keep using TK as an example, but his terminology is technically almost right. Food stamp phones. You know, I would use a different choice of words, but I understand what he means. Basically, phones that are under $200, pretty much. You know, 200 or less. That's the way I interpret it. I mean, if I'm wrong, TK, correct me, but pretty much every review that I've seen, those phones that cost under $200, those are the ones that he's referring to, but they actually turn out to be great. They turn out to be fantastic. The Moto G5 Plus, fantastic phone. I got the Moto E4 from Verizon from Walmart for $39. I've already unlocked it, and it is not like the other prepaid Verizon phones. This one actually works on carriers. I'm using it on Cricket and T-Mobile. So this version of the Moto E4 from Verizon, grab it for $39, then go get the unlock code for $2.29. I already put a video up on that. Simple. And you've got an unlocked Moto E4, which that phone costs $130 plus tax. I paid $40 for it and $2 for the unlock code. That's the type of information that we should be telling customers, you know? Because you're going to have some people out there that, you know, customers aren't going to be as motivated as we are to go out and just do it on their own. They want to see, most customers I know that are non-techies, they want to see it in person. They want to see that it's actually real. They'll watch the video 5 times before they say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to do it. And there's nothing wrong with that. We want to measure 10 times and cut once. You don't want to cut it up and then have to go buy a new slab. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do it. So you got companies across the board. You know what's so crazy? Every company, whether they're releasing them in the U.S. or not, they're all releasing pocket-friendly phones. But in the U.S., we are suckers. And I say we because I'm doing it too. I'm spending $800 on one of these phones. You know what I'm saying? Why are they messing us over like that? That's a whole nother podcast. Let's get back to the reviewers. These companies need us almost. It's almost like I would prefer to get a check. Not as a payout, you know, not as a payout for a review, but for my time and service. That would be great. If someone said, Jay, if all these companies, let's do it like this. How about this? We're all tech reviewers, right? We're all tech reviewers. How about if they paid all the tech reviewers the same? No matter how many subscribers you got, they say you're only getting $50 for this. You can't get monetization on YouTube. What if YouTube wasn't monetized, right? And for those that are non-techies or not YouTubers listening to this podcast, monetization is basically where you get money. You go in on, you know, I'm going to tell you, monetization is when you go into the backside of your YouTube account, you do your taxes on it, you sign all your forms, and then you get paid from Google's ads and people clicking on ads in your videos and watching your videos. When you watch a video, the viewer is getting paid if it's monetized. Google takes 45%, the reviewer gets 55%. That's how it works. So what if, and mind you, that money is not a lot. So that's why I tell people don't chase money on YouTube. It's not like what you think. So what if the playing field was level? What if all of us reviewers made $10 per video with no monetization? You see, like YouTube wasn't monetized, and then each video was only worth $10 no matter how, if it got 15,000 views in 1 minute. What if you only got $10 per video? Do you know, what do you guys think will happen to YouTube? What would happen? How do you think that would be? YouTube will be flooded with videos. Flooded. And TK says, TK is talking about, in the live podcast chat, he's talking about how the financial covers all the finance and the phones and everything. Most people don't know that. And they don't know it. They don't know it. They don't know it. I tell you what, I would love to. Oh yeah, the $45 screen protectors. They're having a separate. They're on topic here. We're talking about things in the live chat, but they definitely are overpriced. But what would happen if YouTube took away monetization? What would happen? It would be a level playing field. Now, some people will still get more views than the other people, but if they take away monetization, would we even have all these? A couple of things will happen. A lot of the YouTubers will say, I want all the phones. I want to make a video every 15 minutes so I can get $10 per video. Or they will say, that's not enough. I'm not doing this. Yeah, that's what would happen. That's what would happen. That's what would happen. It would be a different, if they level the playing field, because right now, and again, this is not taking a shot at reviewers. You all know who they are. You watch us. There's people that don't like me as a reviewer, and I respect that. Just don't try to come at me sideways. Say you don't like me and keep it moving. You're not going to come to my channel or trash me. I'm just going to be like, hey, come on, man. Are you serious? Just keep it moving. There's a lot of other YouTubers out there that you could watch. I've had people say, oh, you too clean. You trying to be a saint. Like, what are you talking about? Like, why would you want to hear me? Why would you want me to be all rowdy on camera and stuff? Again, however I present myself, I'm presenting myself to the world like that. You know what I mean? It's people who don't do YouTube, they are the most critical at critiquing people. They're critical. They're critical. But they don't know the ins and outs of YouTube. If the playing field was leveled and we all made the same amount of money, it would be less reviews online. And if it is more reviews online, they would all be rushed. It would be just a bombarding of, it wouldn't be as much editing. I don't, at least that's what I think. I don't think the time and effort will be put into each one of these videos for people who are trying to make a living off of it, or, getting little side deals and getting everything for free, or just whatever they're doing. I think it will be a different world. I think it will be a different world. And if you think it wouldn't be, hey, respect. My perspective is, I think it would be a completely different YouTube. YouTube would be completely different. It would be a whole nother world. It would be a whole nother world. Sean says, people are critics regardless. Yeah, people are critics. We critique each other in the smallest ways, You ever seen a guy washing his car and somebody else is washing his car and they say, hey man, you missed a spot. You're like, dude, I ain't missing no spot. This is the way I want to wash my car. You left that spot over there still wet. Well, dry it off then. Don't tell me how to do it. You dry it off. And the same thing applies to YouTube. As a reviewer, you're putting yourself out there in front of the masses. You're putting yourself out there in front of the world. And you got to be able to take what's coming. You got to have thick skin as a YouTuber. But at the same time, you don't have to subject yourself to things that you don't want to. So if somebody's being rude to you, you have the power and the authority to turn it off. If you don't like a YouTuber, change the channel. I know every YouTuber in here, and I know for a fact every YouTuber in this live podcast right now, and everybody who's listening to it afterwards as a reviewer, you've gotten attacked in comments when people saying that you did something wrong, and you're like, wait a minute, who's to say that I'm wrong just because I'm not saying what you want me to say? Yeah, TK says the white tape will be gone in Canada. Who's to say that a YouTuber is wrong? Not just me, any of you guys. Follow some of us on Twitter and you'll see us posting some of the hilarious things that happen on YouTube. Something happened to Grant recently, Grant S. Something happened, I forgot what it was. Somebody was in his comments saying something, and he posted it on YouTube. He exposed the guy, and I was like, good. Expose him. Because there are way too many people that come onto YouTube and they don't have a YouTube channel. And I still respect you. But like Sean said earlier, people are just critics, period. They're critics. But it's really easy. I know you guys, if you're old enough, if you're over 40, I'm sure you've heard, or 45, I'm sure you've heard that old saying, you point one finger at somebody else, how many are pointing back at you? That's definitely true. On YouTube, though, YouTube doesn't have protection for reviewers either. And you're probably saying, Jay, what you mean by protection? I mean, any Joe Blow can come onto YouTube, create a fake account, do and say what he wants, slander you, and then leave. And then share your video everywhere. And they can also steal your content. As a reviewer, YouTube is not doing well. Because I've gotten, and all of us reviewers, we've gotten our videos stolen like it's nothing. They just steal it and upload it again. They upload it again. They just take your work, monetize it, upload it again. That should not happen. That's impossible. Why in the world is that happening? YouTube is about making money. And I'm not talking about for us. Now, the people out there who are getting the real dough, because there's money to be made on YouTube. You don't have to have 50,000 subs to make a lot of money, or 100,000 subs, or 1,000,000 subs to make a lot of money on YouTube. You just got to put out the right video. You guys have seen it. Videos go viral. You've seen them. You've seen I had one of my videos go viral. I was like, I didn't even plan for that. A website picked it up, and it was something I said in the video about the Galaxy Note 5, and I didn't even know that I was saying that something had happened. I was just reviewing it over. I had bought another one, and I said something in the video, and I woke up the next morning. Man, I had so many hits on that video. I was like, whoa. So if you don't chase money on YouTube, but there's the people who have 1,000,000 subs. Yes, it helps them, because in real world, if you have 50,000 subs, only about 1 to 10% of your subs are actually watching you every time. And again, YouTube reviewers, you know what I'm talking about. Go on the backside and look at your analytics, and you know that your subscriber count means a lot, because we want to get those notifications out to the people. But most of them, only 1 to 10% are actually clicking on all those videos. That's a small percentage. And the rest of the views come from people who are not subbed. Yep. They come from people, excuse me, who are not subs. YouTube is a strange place. I go to YouTube, and let me, quick break here. Shout out to everybody who's in the live podcast. I appreciate you guys coming through. Everybody who's watching this on YouTube right by now, or listening to it on a download on your Spreaker. I appreciate the support. The live chat is always where it's at. I try to get you guys to come to the live chat when you can. It's fantastic to watch and follow along. Now, as a YouTube reviewer, there are some things that I want and I look for in a reviewer. It's like working in customer service, you know? It's like working in customer service. You have a certain standards that you want from people, and at the same time, when I start doing a review, I have to display the same thing. You can't ask of somebody else what you don't already do yourself. So when I look at reviewers, I keep my people. There's a lot of people that I watch that, when you think about it, I'm not even subscribed to, but I watch them every time they post a video. And I may not be subscribed to their YouTube channel, but I follow them on Twitter. I follow them on some kind of social media to where I know I get the notification for their videos. And when I have time, I go back, I click on their name, and sometimes I'll spend a Saturday, just watching videos. Just watching videos all day, trying to catch up on things. And if I'm not sleepy at night, I'll watch some of my favorite YouTubers. Because even though I am a reviewer myself, it will be silly to not watch other YouTubers, because you can never stop growing. Even if a YouTuber has 300 subs, haven't you seen those YouTubers out there that have like 2,000 subs and they're getting a bunch of review units? And you're like, how did they do that? Especially if you got like 100 times that they got, you're wondering, how in the world did this person get review units? They got like 19 or 200 or 2,000 subs or 1,500 subs and they getting review units. Well, they must be doing something right. So subscriber count for reviewers, it really only means so much. You got to put in the work. And so when I'm watching a YouTuber, and I have a lot of people that I follow, but the number is less than 100. And so I have a lot of videos to watch, especially from people who pump out a lot of videos. I don't leave a comment on every video, but I thumbs up a video if I like it, and I leave I watch the entire video, because I want to help the next person get theirs. Because when a person comes to your video and they don't watch the entire video, it doesn't do any good. They just jump on, comment, and leave. That's not helping you out as a reviewer. So that's why I try to watch all of the people that I follow. I try to watch all their videos, and I'll even comment sometimes going through the video to let them know, man, this was a great video. Like if they have spots in their video where it warrants a discussion, I'll comment right then I'll keep watching. Then I'll comment again if it's something that triggers me. That's how you can tell who's watching your videos and who's not. And as a reviewer, you know that. You know who's watching your videos and you know who's not, because okay, here's a good example. I posted a video today on the Moto E4. Today is what, the 15th of August, I believe? Yeah, I posted a video on the Moto E4. Yeah, today is the 15th of August. So I posted a video on how to unlock the Moto E4. I put up screenshots. I said it multiple times. I paid $2.29 for this video. Go to the comments on that video. If you haven't looked in the comments, you're going to see a person in there saying that I didn't say how much the code costs, and you're going to see them saying that I didn't do anything to tell how much it costs. I was like, are they crazy? There's no way they watched this video. There's no way. There's absolutely no way that they watched that video, because they instantly just commented, well, how much does it cost? I'm like, it's a 4-minute video, man. You can't stay focused for 4 minutes? Come on. You know? And so when I watch videos from other YouTubers, I'm trying to support them by watching them, you know? And sometimes I buy the products, you know, so I'll click on it and buy it. But as a YouTuber, even if you're a reviewer, that other side of that responsibility is you looking out for your fellow man. You know? We follow each other, so we should help each other out. I'm not saying watch everybody's video, watch all the videos, but I'm saying we need to silently help each other when we can. And for me, I do it by watching, and I'm actually interested. See, it's easy for me because I'm interested in what the people are putting out. You guys are putting out smartphone videos and tablets and chargers. You're putting out all the things that I review, so it's an easy one for me to watch. You know, it's an easy one for me to watch, so I'm always engaged and I'm always excited to watch. You know, that's why it's a simple one for me. So shout out to Chris. He just got his E4 today. He went to the link. Yeah, and it went smooth. Yeah, and Chris did it, and also Tamika Frank. Shout out to Tamika Frank. I don't know if she's on or not, or is going to listen to this, but she did it as well. She hit me up and said, "Jay, I just did it too. It went through smooth." And that's just what it is. There is no. I put that video was detailed. How could the person say that I didn't say it? You can tell who's watching and who's not. George Hayes, Mobile Geezer, you guys know him as. He says, that's why I've learned to be more careful about communicating or commenting before the video is over. Sometimes it's hard to wait. I do understand. You're absolutely right. Sometimes it's hard to wait on a video. You see something and you'll say, like, you don't hear the person say it yet, and you'll say, well, does it have type C? And then right after you say that, 15 minutes later, and type C is, and yeah, that's how it is. And I'll try to go back and edit my comment when I can, but sometimes I forget, and I'll just go in and make another comment. But you're absolutely right, George. It happens. I get impatient like that. When you're excited about something or you're passionate about something, that's just what it is. And I don't think a lot of people will ever understand that tech reviewers, we're having fun. You know what I mean? So when doing like something like this podcast, man, this is another form of me reviewing something and a part of the passion. I don't have to do a podcast. I do it because I like to engage with people, and I think it's a lot of fun to not only hear what I think. I want to hear what you guys think. I want to read your comments. I want to talk to you. Anything. That's what makes it good. It can't just be me all the time. And that's why I like a mixed bag. You know, we've got several different types of reviewers in the live stream, and we got several different types of reviewers that we all watch. And everybody has their own style. Everybody has their own brand, and everybody has their own way of reviewing products. And I can guarantee everybody who's doing it the way they're doing it, they're sticking to that because it works, and that's what the viewers want to see. So why would we deviate from that? You know, what would you do if you turned on a review and you heard me on there? And I'll use myself as an example. You heard me on there saying, "Man, F this, man. This is a stupid phone, man. Let's get blitzed." And you see me start firing up some cognac and some Hennessy and Coke or something. You see me on video like that. Then the next week, I come back and I'm like, "Hey guys, welcome back to another video. What would you think?" You're like, "What the heck, Jay? What was you doing last week?" It just wouldn't fit. It just wouldn't fit. I'm on video puffing on a Cuban cigar and drinking some cognac. You guys will be like, "What the heck? This can't be real. Jay's playing a prank on us." And if I just switched to that style, period. If I just switched, okay, if I just didn't do that, if I just started rushing, I don't even have to use an example like that. I would just, if I just started half doing my reviews, lying about phones and stuff, it just would be, you guys would notice immediately. You'll notice immediately. George says the excitement shows with you and many other reviewers. Much as I like to say it's bigger detail. Yeah, you know, I don't hold back my emotions on reviews, and I hate when people do that sometimes. Like, and again, it's not to take shots at any one reviewer. I just think that it's not natural. If you're first time getting something and you're excited about it, everybody expresses their excitement in a different way. Me, I have no problem saying, man, that's tight. Oh my gosh, I really like that. Some reviewers will still stick to the this is the Hyperdrive 5.7 and it has a 2.7. They'll just read like a robot and show no emotion. And I think that's what separates a lot of reviewers. People want to know that you're a real person. It's really what it is. They want to know that you're real, you're not reading a script, and you're genuine in what you're saying. I've learned that. I've learned that if you're not genuine in what you're, and even if you're, whatever your style is, TK has a style, Grant has a style, George has a style, Forbes Tech has a style. All these guys have different styles, and it fits. It works for them, and I don't think they're faking it either. I think this is how they are. There are reviewers out there that obviously act different off camera, because I've met some of your favorite reviewers at CES. They were not like what I thought they were going to be. I thought it would be a lot nicer. I didn't even actually get a chance to meet them. They actually kind of just acted a certain way, and I was like, wow, okay. Well, see you later. You know, that's what it is. But I think that when you present yourself on camera, that is how you probably should be in your real life. YouTube shouldn't feel like a job to a lot of people, because who wouldn't want to get a whole bunch of products to review? Who wouldn't want to do it? Who wouldn't, if this is something that you love? Because I think a lot of you guys work a full-time job too. Yeah. TK is off the charts, man. Hey, say what you want to say, man. Like I said, the live stream, I'm not repeating it, and no one can see what you're saying, so only the people in the live stream can see what you're saying. So I have no problem with you saying whatever you want to say. Freedom of speech, man. Do your thing, because most of the things you're saying, you're right on point. You know, you're pretty accurate. That person was extremely rude to me, and I just was like, wow, you know, that's cold, you know, that's kind of tacky, you know. How could you? And I just said, okay, that's fine. I was like, that's fine. That's fine. If that's how you want to be, that's perfectly fine. Shout out to Forbes Tech. He said he's at work right now. That's dedication, man. And you know what? That's a great example of why I wanted to start a podcast, because everybody can't watch YouTube videos all the time, but they can listen. They can listen, and that is the passion I have behind starting this podcast. I mean, I know I'm a reviewer, but sometimes it's just good to talk. That's why I started the website, smartphoneconversations.com. Conversations. We don't always have to review a product, but we can review in just conversation. Straight up. And that's a great example. I really kind of switched the times because of certain people. Like Grant said, man, I work during the day. Donovan said, I work during the day, so I can't listen at 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. I said, you know what, I'm going to switch the time and make it work around these guys' schedule. I have no problem at being honest and open about that. I changed the time because several people said, hey, I just can't. I love to listen to you, but I can't catch you live, dude, because you're streaming or you're doing a live podcast while I'm working, and in the position that I'm in, I can't wear headphones or something. But there's some people like Forbes Tech, he can put in headphones and he can work. You know, he can work and listen, and it's like listening to the radio. That's all it is. So Chris says, a handful of reviewers I watch all the time. The Boston Point in Time. Also like the Detroit Boy. Yeah, I like Detroit Boy too. I like him too. And he's naming a couple of people that he likes. I like him too. I really like Detroit Boy, man. I like him too. He's cool. Very detailed. And he's good. I like him. I mean, there's several reviewers that I like, you know. Oh my God, TK was something else. If you guys don't know who TK is, just imagine one of his YouTube videos that he's doing, and he's being really honest. And that's about all I can say. That's about what he's doing right now. He's being honest, and hey, respect, because everybody has their own view, or everybody has their own experience with each individual. Like at CES, this last rotation this year, and I'm really praying I can go back. I'm really praying I can go back again next year, because I want to try to talk to, because I've asked YouTubers a question online and they don't respond. They don't even acknowledge it all. But some YouTubers are so big, or they have so many followers, they feel like they can't. You know? They don't want to make time. So Detroit Boy was a radio guy, and he went to YouTube. I didn't know that. He's got that radio announcer voice too. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, Detroit Boy, he's nice, man. There's a ton of reviewers out there that I like, but unfortunately, you know, and it's so crazy, man. I hate to keep beating this dead horse, but I get this a lot. Somehow people continuously try to pit me against Flossie Carter, man. And I like Floss. He's a cool cat. He's from around the way. He's from New York. I'm from Jersey. You know, so he's from, you know, I never met him in person, you know, but I've spoken to him, obviously, multiple occasions. He hit me up. I hit him up. He actually responds. But somehow I think people like little, excuse me if I'm out of line, but there's some men out there that act like females. Not Flossie, the people who do that, like people who try to pit me against other people. You know, that's like female stuff. That's a good way that's the most appropriate way I can think to say it at the moment. Men who try to get other men to get in their business and all that, it's just not happening, man. I just turn the other way. All I tell them is, man, I like Floss. I tell Floss to his face, man, you the man, dude. You know? You cool cat. You know, this is what it is. He's cool. I don't see how that keeps coming up. It hasn't come up in a long time, but at one point on YouTube, they just kept pitting me against him. I'm like, wow, where is this coming from? Floss is a nice guy. But I've also openly said I don't condone a lot of the language. I told TK that, but it's not something that you guys don't know. These are grown men. You know, I don't engage that way, but I understand what they're saying, you know? I used to talk like that. I mean, come on. I used to talk like that. There are some videos on my channel that I could possibly delete. You know what I'm saying? But I don't. Because I've grown is what it is. So, I don't talk like that anymore, but I ain't going to get down on somebody who does. You know what I'm saying? This is who these people are. I respect them as men first. Forget YouTube. I respect you as a man first. Women need love. Men want respect. So if you're young, you don't understand that, something's wrong. Men want respect in any sense of the word. Even through a text message. You get out of line with a guy in a text message, if you're a real man, you're going to want to check that person. You know what I'm saying? So all the other nonsense that comes along with YouTube, I ignore it all. Because people, TK said people try to get him to go against Floss. That's just crazy. I think what it is Floss he's a cool cat. And him and TK flow hand in hand. Their types of reviews are raw. I mean raw. They go in. I'm raw too. I'm just a cleaner raw. So, you know, I'm clean cut with my verbiage, you know, if I will. But I get crazy sometimes on them reviews. You know? I think your choice of words is how you want to present it. I'm not gonna get on camera until I did a stream one time and I said, if you want to see cussing and drinking, go somewhere else. Somebody instantly got on the stream and was like, oh, you trying to take a shot at Floss. I was like, huh? I was like, what? I was like, TK. TK is crazy, man. This is really YouTube. I made a comment and I said, you know, if I'm not doing it for you, I'm not saying what you want me to say. You know, if you want to see drinking and cussing and stuff, go somewhere else. You know? Like, remember back in the day, it was a Suge Knight said, you all in the videos. You know? If you want to see that, go somewhere else. You're not going to find it here. People immediately jumped on board and said, oh, I'm going to tell Floss. I'm like, man, are you serious right now? You acting like a female. There's no other way for me to say that. You acting really soft right now. You know? Don't because I don't use profanity or don't drink, I don't do all those things, and I go to church and, you know, don't let that fool you to think that I'm not going to check you if you run up on me wrong. Please don't mistake that. That's not a threat or anything. It's just that I'm a real person. Just because I know Jesus, you think I'm going to let you punk me out and run over me or something? Come on, man. Let's be real about this. Reviewers online, sometimes reviewers online, you ever seen those people, you ever seen a reviewer, example, now I've seen a reviewer online, I don't need to say their name, you know who these people are. I've seen reviewers online cussing and screaming and yelling, saying what they're going to do. You don't want to see me in comments. In comments with people talking to them. Are they serious? Are they serious? Haven't you guys seen that before? You see a reviewer, he getting trashed for his video or something like that, or he just getting a comment that he didn't like. He go with him. You don't want to see me? You like, are you serious, man? Right now, man. How old are you guys? What are y'all, 5 years old? Yeah, TK say we call it being flexible. Yeah, I mean, what are these guys, 5 years old, man? Are they serious, man? Haven't you seen that before? I try to avoid getting crazy in the comments. I really do, but I'm human, man. I make mistakes like the next person. I could get upset like the next person, and I'm not going to sit on this podcast and tell you that I don't get upset, because I do. It would be not natural if I didn't get upset, you know? But as a reviewer, when you put yourself in front of the camera, or you put yourself in front of the mic, you stand on that stage, you open that door. But what I will say is, for all the negativity that comes about, that actually only equates to about 1 to 3%. That other 97% that's watching us, we got to show them some love. We got to show them some love. We got to tell them thank you. You know, thanks for supporting. You know, because you guys, I know you guys know, but some people don't know that people actually get paid for some people who are watching. They don't know that the reviewers are getting paid. Yeah, Floss is not the only one that curses and drinks. Yeah, I know. Yep. Yeah, TK is right. Man, I would actually challenge a person who's always critiquing a YouTube reviewer to go ahead and become a reviewer. Be a reviewer for a day. I have to edit. They won't even want to edit. Editing is crazy. Sometimes that's why you see some of the videos I put up, they one take. I chop the end off and I chop the front off and I put it up. No intro, nothing, because I might have shot that video 4 times. You know what I mean? Just I left out something, or something fell over in the background. It could be anything. You know, I have a really high power mic and it picks up the ceiling fan. You know, being a tech reviewer, not a tech reviewer, being a YouTube reviewer is hard, man. But people who don't know that side, they just don't know. So when I'm in front of the camera, I'm gonna have as much fun as I want. I'm gonna ignore all the hate that comes about, and I'm gonna try to focus on what's in front of me. You know, drink beer, man. Drink alcohol. Do what you want to do. I haven't always been, you know, on this path, man. You know, I haven't always been on this path. I'm gonna be honest. Everybody. I had to have come from somewhere. You know, remember I'm from Jersey now. I had to have been down some road or another. Now, you know, yeah, you get where I'm going. I would challenge those critics out there to become a reviewer for just 24 hours. With all the editing and everything that we do in the background and just doing the recordings. Some videos is 3 minutes and it took you 5 hours to edit or 2 hours to edit. A video that's 20 minutes really took you about 3 hours to record. You know, and you chop it down to get the good parts. They don't see any of that, man. They don't see any of it. So when I'm watching a video and I see a bunch of fancy animations and stuff like that, now while that's not my style first, I don't knock them for that because I know how much work that takes. You gotta have the software. Some people, I don't even do a B-roll, A-roll sometimes, man. For the most part, you don't see no A-B roll on mine. You don't see it on mine, man. I just don't do it. This is fun to me. Once it starts to feel like work, I'm stopping, B. I'm stopping. Once it starts to feel like work, the most I'm doing right now probably is an A-B roll every once a month. And voiceovers are done every day. You know, I do a voiceover every day now because I upgraded the mic. But it's a ton of work, like George just said. Shout out to George, TK. It's a ton of work. It's a ton of work. You know? And people jump right on. They don't know the background of YouTube. And it's not like someone's making me do it. I was talking to Eric from Easy Computer Solutions in his stream. I was watching the entire stream, but at one point I said, man, you sound like you're upset. He was like, no, I'm not upset. But, you know, he responded immediately. You know, he clarified, no, Jay ain't upset, man. I was just kind of explaining. I was like, oh, okay. But sometimes, now if I didn't know him, I would think he was pissed off all the time. You know, if I just stopped by one of his videos, I would think, oh, this guy's mad all the time. He's always, see, he said somebody told him that he's always complaining. And all I'm saying, that's just a person who judged him off of one or two videos and they don't even really follow him, because that dude clowns around and has a lot of fun on video. He put on masks and stuff. He does a whole bunch of stuff. He put on skits, all kind of stuff. So I don't see how they can say that dude is always mad or complaining. I just don't see it. I see him having more fun than most YouTubers. And he's going to the Samsung event. That's crazy. TK says, I go straight to the phone. Yeah, I mean, that's the best way to do it. All the fancy stuff, again, I'm not knocking those people who do it. I respect you. If that's your thing, I'm not knocking your hustle. But I don't have time for that. I don't work for anybody, so I'm not going to waste a lot of time talking about the box for 15 minutes. You ever seen those unboxings? And it's like 20 minutes and they still ain't got the box open? You're like, come on, man. Are you serious? That don't deserve no view. I'm finna click up off of here. Thumbs down, I'm out of here. If you don't got that box open on unboxing in the first 2 minutes, I'm gone. Going to the next video. That's why I try not to lollygag around with unboxings, because customers don't want to see that. You know? They don't want to see it. Who would want to see an unboxing that's 45 minutes long? And you know, there's people that do it. Again, I ain't knocking your hustle. I'm not into that. You don't have that box open in 2 minutes, I'm gone, man. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to sit here and watch you tear open a box for an hour and then talk about it. Oh, my gosh. And I have a great attention span. I actually prefer long videos. So, I mean, obviously I can make it through a short video, but if you make long videos, I love those, man. I tell people, hey, man, can I get a 20-minute one? Or, you know, it's like watching a little movie sometimes, man. And I like to hear other people's perspective, especially if it's the same phone that I just bought. I want to see what they think about it. So I'm going to watch every drop of that video, you know. But I've been trying to keep my videos under 10 minutes because there's a ton of people that watch me that have a short attention span, man. It's like they commenting. Don't you love that one, guys? As a reviewer, don't you love when you post a video and then 5 seconds later, great video. You're like, hold on a second, man. I just hit submit. How is that a great video? I know you didn't watch that fast. I know there's a time change in an hour ahead and two, but it don't work like that. It's not how it works, man. It's not how it goes down. Great video. You're like, wow. I just posted it like 2 seconds ago. There's no way that you saw that video that fast. I appreciate you giving it a thumbs up because you may think I'm a cool reviewer, but watch the video. That's what helps. That's what helps. Not just giving me a comment. No. So I'm about an hour in, man. I'm going to go ahead and go spend time with the wife. She just came from the gym, and I'm probably going to hit the gym in a little bit. I'm going to work out late tonight. It's 8:45. I go to that 24-hour gym. YouTube reviewers, man. I go to Planet Fitness, by the way. You guys know that already if you follow me on Twitter. I'm always posting that I'm at the gym. But YouTube reviewers, man, what do you think about us? And I say us because I'm a reviewer too. And I really appreciate so many reviewers being in my live podcast. That's the bomb right there, man. I love that. And everybody who's not a reviewer, respect to you too. We need y'all to keep us motivated, you know. And even though there's haters out there that are hating on us, sometimes you can take what they say and you can use it to your advantage. You can either let it get to you, or you can pick out all of the things that they're trying to say since they don't know how to articulate. They got to call you a bum and say you a dumb MF, you a B. They got to say that to you and say you F this up instead of saying, hey, you should have probably started with the intro, you know. You just got to pick out and find some good in at least something. There's a smidgen of hope in everyone. That sounds cheesy, but it really is. So all those people out there who come by the videos and hate on us, just listen to what they say and keep it moving. Delete the comment if you want to. But find something in there, because some of it is probably true. It's just that they don't know how to articulate it across. They're not there yet. So YouTube reviewers, I got mad respect for you. Even though I'm one, doesn't matter. I'm still a watcher. You know what I mean? I'm in a lot of live streams too, man. I be quietly sitting in there just watching everybody, and I don't comment until the end of the stream. And they're like, oh man, Jay just came in. I'm like, no, I've been in here. I've been watching everything that's been going on. You know. I'm watching everything that's going on. I just don't feel the need to talk every time, you know. But I just want to thank y'all, man. Special shout out to TK for stopping by, man, because that dude is always on the run. Yeah, I'm surprised he was able to come in. He is always on the move, man. He's traveling right now. He's driving through Texas right now. That's what's up, man. He's on the move, man. But shout out to all the YouTubers, man. If you're a YouTuber, whether I know you or not, you got my support. And if I click on your video, I'm going to watch it. I ain't going to skip forward and, just make a comment and bounce. But you got to have that box open within the first 2 minutes. That's real talk. You don't open that box, I'm out. I'm out, man. I'm not waiting around for a 45-minute unboxing as you ain't got that box open. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody, man, that came to the live podcast. Join me on smartphoneconversations.com. I don't post articles every day. That's just what it is. I do it when I want to do it. And that's there just for your entertainment. So when I do post, though, I make sure I'm posting something that I think you might want to see and that might be interesting. So smartphoneconversations.com. But you can definitely find me full-time on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram. And right here on Spreaker every Tuesday evening. It's your man, Jay Will. Shout out to everybody from the live stream, the live podcast right now. Everybody that's listening to this on a download. Everybody that's listening to it on a replay. Everybody who's watching this on YouTube or listening to it. I appreciate all that support, man. You guys are awesome. And I'm going to keep doing it as long as God let me do it. And as long as you guys keep on listening, I think I'm going to keep trying to do this thing, man. So I'll see you guys in another one. Next Tuesday, we're going to get it on again. Because, next Tuesday, it's going to be some exciting stuff. Get ready to jump off. Wednesday is the Samsung event. You know what it is. So we're going to have some stuff to talk about. So I might do a few more podcasts. I might bump it up and do a couple more podcasts next week since it's a special event. iPhone season is here. Galaxy Note next week. What else? LG V30 is coming. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. So I'll see you guys, man. Make sure you share this if you want to. Share it if you want to. Appreciate TK sharing it. And I appreciate you guys getting me over. I have over 2,300 people on Spreaker right now. That's amazing, man. I didn't see that coming. So I appreciate it, man. I'll see you next week. Hopefully I can do a little bit more next week since it's the Samsung event. And we're going to keep this thing rolling. God bless. Take care, guys.